Going into leg 8 and 9, an inshore race. You guys have got a great record, Annie, in the inshore.
Yeah, well, the inshore racing feels a bit more like a home to me. Obviously, coming from Olympic sailing, short and sort of frenetic racing is good. But yeah, I think everyone's been quite surprised by our import success, because I suppose the import is where the strength, physical strength, really shows, because it's all about doing manoeuvres fast. And actually, although we only have 6 people grinding the same as the guys, we've managed to utilise the extra 3 that we have to make sure that our manoeuvres work well, and I think that's been the key to our success in port.
Whereas the guys are a bit short-handed.
Yeah, the guys only have 8, and I think that sometimes means they don't even have their pedestals full. And I think it's also something we learned when we've been match racing against guys previously, is that we just can't afford to be late on things, so we just need to be very sort of systematic about how we run our manoeuvres. And certainly when we used to match race, if we dropped the spinnaker too late, it would be a disaster. We wouldn't be able to get it back on board. And it's the same for us here. If we're too late doing something, we can't physically just manhandle the boat. So we've got to be really structured about our communication and how our manoeuvres work, and we've worked really hard on that. Yeah,
I guess Carolyn comes from a similar background and with similar, but limiting the number of manoeuvres.
Yeah, for sure. The less manoeuvres you can do, the better. And yeah, and then just making sure that you start every manoeuvre in time. If you try and push something to try and take an advantage of the bottom mark, your spinnaker just won't come down. So it's just about being clean.
Yeah, yeah. And offshore, you've tended to gradually fall back. Experience, is that the issue? Or why is that happening?
I think the first few legs probably we weren't fast enough, and that is experience and time driving, really. I mean, every time we'd see a new condition, it'd probably be the first time we'd be driving in that. And though we'd done a year and a half training in Lanzarote, that's still not as many hours as you get when you're doing one of these races. So I think just experiencing how to sail these boats fast. But probably from leg 4, I think our speed's really improved on most angles. And then you see that we tend to drop back once we have some kind of incident. So if something's broken or we come across something new, and I think it just takes us longer to recover from that and work out how to fix it. And as you've seen in this fleet, once you're 10 miles behind, it's kind of, that's a big gap then. People are winning and losing these legs by less than a mile, so it's very, very close racing. And once you're out of range with everyone else, for us it then makes it a lot harder, because we can't, you're no longer in a tuning run, you can't be seeing what the others are doing, and you can't be sort of copying each other. So yeah, it's quite hard once you drop back for us to keep the speed then.
But you've come around the outside a couple of times spectacularly. You chose some good. You've tactically chosen some good options.
Yeah, I think tactically we've done well close to land. Libby's done a really good job with, even in leg 1, coming out through Gibraltar, we led out, and there's been a few times, especially at the start of legs, where we've led off of that. And yeah, then we've taken a couple of sort of braver moves, sort of going around the outside. And yeah, in some legs you get an opportunity to make a different call and try and gain something back. But some of the other legs there isn't that opportunity, and then it is just kind of a drag race.
Yeah. So these 2 short legs with a gap of a time to recover in the second leg, you must be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think. Hopefully we've shown, I think the last few legs, the first week, we've been right up there, first, second, third, for most of that week. So we know that we can perform, over this shorter period of time. We've tended to really enjoy the coastal racing, and where we've had a lot of transition zones. I think, a year and a half training in Lanzarote around islands taught us a lot about sailing through transitions, and these next 2 legs are going to be a lot like that. Also, Sam and Justine and quite a few of the girls on board have been training and sailing in sort of this area of the French coastline, so hopefully we have a bit of advantage there too. So yeah, really hoping to make some gains on these 2 legs.
Yes, but overall I guess the experience you're gaining will be a success if you're able to continue in racing. So that's the real test, isn't it? Will you guys be able to be back next time?
Yeah, I mean, everyone always says, oh, you know, the best way to train for a Volvo is to do one, and you don't really want to hear that because that's a lot of training, but it's true. You know, the number of hours we've now had driving and trimming in all different conditions, day and night time, you know, I don't think there's any way you can really train for that in one place other than doing a lap. You know, the Southern Ocean was a very different sea state, a very different kind of wind. I don't think you can experience that somewhere else, so you've got to go there and you've got to do it, and we have learned so much. You know, the way we're sailing the boat now compared to the start is completely different, and even on our own performance numbers, we're sailing most of the time about 20% better than we were at the start of the race. So yeah, we've made massive gains, whether or not that shows in the overall result, but in how we're sailing, and we just need some more legs now. Two's not enough.
Another half a lap and you'd be set.
I think, as you said, yeah, we need another lap really to perform, and yeah, watch this space, please.
And how are SCA? They're happy sponsors.
I mean, SCA have done an amazing job. We've had so much support around the world, and you know, whatever position we've been coming into each port, we seem to have thousands of people wearing magenta shouting for us on the land, which has been incredible. And yeah, I mean, SCA have been very visual the whole way through the race, and have been incredible supporters of us. I mean, not just, you know, economically, but just also in the amount of support we've had from every employer and messages, and yeah, doing whatever they can. And I think they've really enjoyed it. But I guess they've got to go and do some number crunching, and at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to a financial decision for them. But I know that they have loved the race.
Yes, and certainly you guys as a group are obviously really starting to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's you know, I think it's just about now that everyone's sort of realising that it's nearly over. I mean, we've only got 6 or 7 days left on the boat. That seems strange. I mean, it's our home now, and been with this team for 2.5 years, and that's, you know, our sailing team, but we have a big team, all our shore crew and their families, and I think it's just starting to dawn on us all that it's going to be ending in a month's time, and I don't think anyone wants it to. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird feeling.
Yes, the boats are obviously equipped to do fast nets and Sydney Hobarts and things between now and the next race. That would obviously be something that would be good for you guys.
Yeah, I think we're hoping to do some more racing this year, so that's just being decided at the moment. But yeah, I think that's especially important for us because a lot of the guys might be going back into maxi programs or other professional racing, and I know a few of us are doing a bit of that, but that generally is harder as a girl, and I think, yeah, we need to keep really racing at a top level. That's the only way to keep moving forward and hopefully keep the momentum for the next race. So yeah, hopefully through the rest of this year you'll be seeing us again.